So I've been growing some tomatoes in my greenhouse here for about 4 or 5 months. I also have some carrots actually. Um, and it's getting down to the end of the season. In fact, it froze for a very brief period a couple nights ago. And so our tomato plants are starting to, wilt and die. And then this is where the carrots were at. We also have a pumpkin patch over here, which is actually where we planted the wheat from this past year. We've expanded the plot a little bit, and it's getting about time to replant for the winter, the winter wheat. And you don't want to go too late, otherwise it's not really going to sprout like you need to for the vernalization. So we're probably going to end up ripping up these pumpkins. I think we planted them a little bit too late, and this is really the biggest one that we have, which it's still super green, as you can tell. As you can see, we have all of this organic matter. These were the peppers. We have all this organic matter that we need to get rid of, and I wanted to try and preserve as much nutrients from the organic matter as we could. Today I'm going to be building a compost bin. I'm probably going to put it maybe right here in between the raised bed and the wheat patch, maybe just kind of along this section right here. So how we're going to do this is I have these old planks, or these flower bed type planks of wood. They're actually used for an old tulip bed on the side of our house up front, and we ended up resurfacing our driveway and remove the tulip bed. So I'm going to repurpose these actually for the compost bin, which, like I said, is going to go right here. These are going to be the posts. I'm going to drill or dig some holes. I got a post hole digger. I'm going to drill some holes in and then set them in, fill it back up with dirt. And then I ended up getting some pallets from one of my old friends, Nick Cordell. Shout out to Nick, thank you. Ended up trading him some honey from this season and some wine that I had made earlier this year. So as you can see here, we have all the pallets that he was able to obtain from his work, I think. I saw his Snapchat story. It was like, hey, does anyone need pallets? And I was like, yep, that's me. I definitely need some pallets. So I've been working on dismantling them or denailing them. I have a few boards already that will get us going, but these are basically going to be the wall of the compost bin, or the slats that all the organic matter is contained in. So I'm just going to be cutting up these posts, or the planks, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, well, I got the posts cut in half. These are 8-foot posts, so we got 4 feet on each length. So time to start digging the holes. So I'm just now realizing this, but if you have chickens and you let them free range, they tend to lay eggs wherever they please. So as I was taking these posts out, or digging these posts out of this raised bed, I found one clutch here. Basically another clutch back there. You can't really see. There's one there. Let's check to see if she actually laid any inside of where she was supposed to. Hey, look at that, just one. Well, I think we have a few other hens in here. Yeah, we got some small chicks that we ended up raising, and then I think we bought 2 bigger hens. So I'm making pretty good progress. As you can see, I have basically 3 bins here that I'm going to construct, or that I am constructing. This is, like I said, this is the boards from the pallets, and I'm actually reusing the nails as well, which have been mostly successful. I was afraid they were just going to bend on me really bad, but it's doing pretty well. So really what I'm doing is just laying the baseboard, and then kind of just putting about 4 or 5 inches of room in between each board. So I'm just alternating between air and board. So every time I put a board on, then I'll just kind of put a spacer there, and then set the next board on top and then hammer it in. So it'll be about 3 boards. I might put another one on top if I have enough boards. I'm running lengthwise. But then on this side, I still need to kind of figure out what I want to do. I have a general idea I think that should work. I'm going to actually just go ahead and hammer in the bottom board so that the organic matter doesn't, push out of the bottom, or the soil in the bottom doesn't push out. But I have these nails here, as you can see, one's there and one's there. And I think my idea is sort of have that same space, air gap in between that's about the size of a board. And then essentially I just want to like lay the board lengthwise. So I have another nail over here, you can see, and it'll just kind of rest there. So this is the area that I think I'm going to end up extracting, all the soil out of, all the fertilized, composted soil out of, and then spread it out, into the garden. Just kind of like easy access going right into the garden. But I want to make these like quick removal somehow. So I have like a smaller piece of a board that I broke in half, and I was just kind of thinking maybe I could use it as some sort of block, like stick it in there, like maybe with a screw, or maybe just a nail that's like halfway into the post, and essentially just have it kind of as a lock. And so that would be the closed position there. And if I want to remove these boards, then my idea I think is I'll just have a bolt kind of going into this board that kind of swivels like this, and I'll just turn it, and essentially that'll just stay there, and then I can remove the boards easily and then pull the topsoil out. So I'll give that a go real quick and see, not real quick, but I'll give it a go and see if it ends up working. So dang, the roots go deep. Yeah. Follow the contour of the bin.
Yeah, and then you can still see like the rock wool. I'm gonna take these tomato plants that we just pulled out from the greenhouse and throw them in our new compost box that Harrison built.
All right.
Yeah. All of them. And a few carrots that broke. Ta-da.
So overall, ended up looking pretty good, and working pretty well. We've already started filling up one of the bins with tomatoes, and I got a little bit of the cucumber plants that were right here. So kind of what I've done is to open it, you'll open it from this side, and you'll take these planks out here, and then you can remove these sideboards. So if we take this one plank out, we'll just remove this wire here, kind of push it in there, just push it in, and remove this wire like that. And then this is just on one single nail down there. You just kind of move it over to the side like that, and then you're able to just really move these boards out. These pop right out. All they're doing is just hanging on a nail there. It's kind of really all I've done. So I did leave one board at the bottom because I figured I would end up having probably enough dirt to cover, eventually enough dirt to cover just 4 inches or whatever, and it'll give it a little bit of something to sit on, and the compost to really just start down from the bottom. So yeah. So the big question is, can I get my wagon through this space. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect.